special ar fad ar canú an sin sinnéad agus Colm agus an crú eile go léir agus Inta jazz casam san cean sin go rialta agus dar ná a chaiste dé fásta an norí nar a bhúil se isteachar in an seo. Ruille Buille ar Highland Radio agus tá one too many is tí sa studio tá si concert sacu bh thoisirt leis an leverette I g an couple of second. Tá Danny McLaughlin an seo ar ma hiú yes ar a piano. Den you be nahfuil ag covered ar Facebook tá muidir fáil anis bhuichas sí gcónaí le meister and na technoliacht Tommy Rosny and seo ar ma híomh clé a tá a chréilimid bio ar Facebook. Della McLaughlin ar piano don céadú a riomh ar Clarbeg so gannne tá sé gobar híos sa Culturland in nera agus tá sé chun an ívar Ekalala na si gan bomuid ar a piano. Agus ar banjo to John McGinley agus tá sé sin a chur a ruúig ar Laurie Atchinart tá sé ar a bhela mór. Agus Shannon Nihugan lom fásta Shannon Duggan agus ceanil veteran atá anat na Shannon de chláir seo bhí tú stíl am an ar a dámaní fríd na bliantí agus tá sé I gcónaí jazz tú a ecail an seo sa studio linne agus tá Michaela McCusker sa studio fásta ní ró tú lomsa a raibh Michaela tá fáilte rót agus tá Kieran Carney fásta an impresario atá chun gitar a casú tá seo túnalta go dí dad gag the bay agus to Colin Carney one too many is down a man so they're probably just playing under the moniker just enough for the evening ma Erden that fits so could you and Kate Kiana touch of Conor Hasu could you Hockrisha Dylan could you and Kate pizza not deliver that
the pizzas we're going to be playing today is Larry's favourite and to Larkin's Beehive, which are two reels.
Alrighty, alright, love. Kenny, Della McLaughlin her piano, John McGlinchey Nachwell and Shaw her banjo, Shannon Nihugan her banjo, agus Michaela McCusker an accordion, Kieran a torch tunnel can for fásta a guitar. Tá si bio sa studio an seo agus tá Virginia bio an air, bio ar Facebook, bio ar highlandradio.com agus táid fáil podcréaltaí fásta. Bhí na pleisttí tí a Skull Colm Kelle an Charman an Chart Choi Hart agus be podcrúlú seolta agan íon scanhfuil hiag lead éisteir tír leis an crack agus bhí crackar dóid agan í lofa agus a lehéid de talan atá acu san fásta agus míle buhis le Julie agus le Karen agus a cruú eile go léir agus scolann sin as na pleisttí a thuirteiste agus go maigad Vicky a tá rééis text a chuiste haganne an seo ar Highland ar WhatsApp ag nemhní sé nemhní dá chuig nemhní agus tá Vicky buint soltmór am has a ceol cosal linne elig bhí mar go leach a mahas má meabhar an sin bhí hí lom héad an seo bheith leathúir agus tá luchar an go bhfuil codirta a gine ráist bios stereo. Tommy, I didn't know what to do with myself there. You're in here on your own. I prefer the better crack, you know, that's the truth, Tommy. So the Tommy Rosny lum fast agus tá clár mór a chart in usig Tommy fásta in é a hocht the clog skyhu ceol tíra agus tell you for the sinnig an Tamalbag. No. Yeah, Shannon. It was if the killer fight Tama Shannon na Dylan. It would cure a hostage of a castle ceol the killer. Couple of me and
A couple of bit playing off it though.
Yeah.
Three.
Three bliana. Okay. Agus French of Battle of the Bands and Shin Liarna. Right. So Shannon, could you plan? I'm very used to, you know, coming in and playing with your sister, Saoirse, and so on, you know, over the years. Grania Sweeney.
Yeah.
That's where you come in, yeah. To John and Shin, so to John can chart. It's Bio and Shaw, John Bartfish, to Rob Mal, but to chart, to could be. Shannon, this is a new kind of a venture for you.
Yeah, so we only kind of started up this band, I think it was like last December when we heard about the Ballad Bands competition. So we only kind of done it for the crack, like, and then we won it then. So weren't expecting that, but
that was in Derry, there was it?
Yeah, Derry,
last month.
Culturland, in bulk. So and yeah, we've just been playing together for a while now. So winning that now, we've a couple more gigs on the way now.
Good stuff. And how do you kind of come up with the set list? Are there tunes in common that you have, or?
Yeah, but like our practices kind of last like one of them lasted about 5 hours to come up with like one set. So.
All right.
Very indecisive.
I see. Oh well, then it's the cream of the crop that we're getting this evening. If that's the case, how much of an input does the guitarist have in the?
Smile and wave.
Huh?
Smile and wave.
Yeah, wave. I know you're doing great. There's a man looking in at us there, John McGlinchey. Got your John Baltimore Road. Agus Lana Majoraila se ceol tá caiithir an sin dá agus a an rodile. Jane Darna said to tá agah. Jane Darna pizza.
Yeah. Shenfi Mudge, Ga Porch, McIntyre's Fancy, agus The Sanctuary.
Okay, turn a couple of seconds to John Foster, the chartist. The baby, you can you do sharted in the gillige, touched and chart, she hugged me. Can you sraff and chugging you air and Clar na fella. John Holland should be your found that she could have made it. Agus be Joe agus clearna as Colm Honda hun and all and Machudgerton Shaw's studio to Jacker a gradual go well med Tarrant an amtion of Leon Richt agus me Martha agus coach war McT charting is fast Macasal a Bale bin Africhurucht Aberlat agus Morta Seligulers bin the Clara integrate is the Sculta agus Ran Farchi as na Comorta Chanel Gulier agus Sulgamore the Joe agus cleana ekel a richt for hanyan crack agus bini goni can you skelty agus a cree and a reef for the run chat agus see the Jerry onadiacted and Colm Conde to John is G and ish agus to John can torch free couple of tune faster a banjo to falch more road to star hara just to ekel go landal who go sabolte agus to Dylan agus Shannon agus Michaela agus Kieran Luja a Colin Aaron Boran you was able to chart it's gotta be kiddy yella so right, love. We'll go down him. My shiv, Sar, why are five? Go to my higot Maggie Thompson as a text, Curtis Chat, as a group of Sar, why her father, Dirty, Honock, she, shiv, she, a Casu, he is at a Culterland, just Saharnshoy, Hearts, fantastic group of musicians, Dirty, one too many, Yatanya Mataharu, La Dillon, John, Shannon, Michaela, August, Kieran, August, Erle Shuracht, Robert and Shaw. Tá sé de gahrú ó Arla se bháin go dtí Arla se le cos le pros a Shannon an mandolin sa ceann dearna an sin agus just galant ar fad a fuaí tá jazz agah intainn tá jazz ar fad. Lovely balance there, you know, folks. And Michaela, you're how you doing? Nice to have you in. I pull in there to you to get a couple of. You're on the button accordion there, and you're a accomplished player there. If you don't mind me saying, yeah. You're enjoying the crack with the group, are you?
Yeah, they're a great bunch now, I have to say.
And what's the have you gigs coming up at all?
We do. We're actually playing over St Patrick's Day with a couple of gigs. So that's about it. So
Good stuff. Where's that happening?
We're playing a gig rig in Oma.
All right. Very good.
And we're doing a couple of session trails as well through the day.
Excellent. That's the way to have it. Okay, could you and Kate piece Ellen or Shin?
So Shen fi Mudge, a couple of Ruille, the Kylebark Rambler. Don't have a name for the second one. It just says that one Ruille in G major, according
That's
to
my
Dylan.
bad there.
And we're gonna finish it with the Millhouse Ruille.
Good. All right then. We'll call it John's Lorry. How's that? Star Wire fad míle buchas text na hana agus Robert tá géiste agus dúirte tá session an sa Station House mas bhí gí buile was Starks. The ceanna hí sa bhile rules hí sa balla féan or fásta. Dylan, John, Shannon agus Michaela agus Kieran Colin be se lena cédaí heile. Míle buchas as buile was tá se go ddíra tarintse a hogta clog bes am gon you funny ceanna wine eile, but if you have one for the road, as the man says. Okay, so I'll leave it with you. Agus míle buchas a séiste de steach déiste tá Marigoni an seo Ruille Buille tá Bejo ó Kelly agus Cléanaí Gallagher as choile hondaí chudan agus muidir glacu réhharc chláirna féile le ha seachtain na géige fihe agus sé tá sé ar a céad lad ní Marta agus tá na sonraí go léir faduda na hamachtaí fáil an siomh de chuid choile hondaí. Le me cat le bhrístan seaartan seogaí na dúra ealainn gur maigh bh séiste de steagus. Fecha mar sibh an seart an seo again. Tommy Rosny chart and níos I go home. Jeff for a bee out of Caisha Vagenta, Tuno Bug Skippy. That's it, she John. Alright. Now John McGlinchey. The bazooki be sin tiny met the machine sin, a bazooki, yeah. Okay, do.
There was a risk of moderate or major harm. Let's be clear, that's more than half of vulnerable young people attending a state mental health service. 5 cases were classified as major harm, meaning long-term psychological impairment lasting more than 6 months or injury requiring medical treatment or counselling. Another 192 were deemed moderate harm, meaning psychological impairment lasting more than 1 month or injury requiring medical treatment or counselling. Now, no cases were categorised as extreme, but the scale of the findings regarding moderate and major harm is significant.
The Taoiseach Micheál Martins today told the Dáil the HSE had already issued apologies to some families in the region because of issues identified.
Harm has been done here in terms of the treatment of quite a number of young people in North Kerry, and the Minister was anxious that open disclosure meetings with the families and with those affected would be the first priority in advance of the publication of any report, and that has happened.
Minister Mary Butler is briefing Kerry TDs on the situation this evening. She earlier told the Dáil there are challenges in the organisation, but there are also children who benefit from it.
But I just want to point out 225,000 appointments were issued last year to people that do attend camps. So some people get a really good response from camps.
Leading campaigner for the victims of North Kerry CAMS, David Godfrey, says he was not one of those who benefited.
My experience with North Kerry CAMS was absolutely abhorrent, and I don't say that lightly, considering the deficits in care that I was subjected to from the very, very outset.
Healthcare assistants have called off all their planned strikes in the northwest, the west and southern regions. The action was due to take place over 4 days in Cork, Limerick, Kerry, Clare and Donegal. It's been stood down following agreement with the HSE on key issues regarding pay, rosters and working conditions. HCAs work with some of the most vulnerable people in the country, particularly older people who rely on home support services to stay in their own homes. Facebook boss Mark Zuckerberg's testifying in a landmark social media trial in California. He'll face questions about whether Meta's platforms deliberately addict and harm children. His company denies a woman's mental health problems are down to her social media use. However, tech reporter Mickey Carroll says there are many families who claim online youth harm.
Hearing what he has to say will be a really important moment for them, because I think up until now there's been scepticism that they're not hearing the truth from these platforms. Obviously, in a court you have to, so I think there's kind of hope from those families that they'll finally understand what's been going on.
Donald Trump has launched a new attack on Britain's plans to hand the Chagos Islands to Mauritius, saying it would be a blight on the UK. He's also accused British Prime Minister Keir Starmer of losing control of the island of Diego.